Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm really excited for today's video. This is actually an extra upload in conjunction with my bag inventory video that I created. The patch notes just released for Chaos Theory collection event, which you're seeing on screen. And what I've decided to do for one of these videos, I've never done a patch notes video before, but this one is special because this patch notes are over 3,000 words. So again, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, turn on notifications, because today I want to go through every single thing here because there's a lot here. And I saw a little leak prior. I didn't know if it was true or not, but I didn't say anything because I was just hoping for our girl Wattson to get a buff, and apparently that's in here. So I'm going to give context, guides, tips as we're talking through the patch notes. So obviously today they're talking about the launch of Apex Legends Nintendo Switch, the Caustic Town Takeover, the Ring of Fury Escalation Takeover, the new Heat item, which is an inventory slot where you can, save yourself from ring damage. No fill queue. My firewall thing popped up. That's fine. The Chaos Theory collection event, which also has a Bangalore heirloom. So let's break it all down. Let's do this. So obviously, they have the video here, the trailer. Won't play it for DMCA or whatever reasons, but then Nintendo Switch launch. So obviously that's huge, cross-platform. They're launching here next week, the 9th, and it's just really exciting to see Switch come into play. And I wonder, I saw people memeing who's going to be the first Predator, so that's going to be overall pretty dope. Anything here? Free reward for players who boot up Nintendo Switch between the game's launch, end of Season 8, which is going to be May 4th. So that's pretty exciting. I'm excited about that. So this is something that I was a little concerned about, the Caustic Takeover, when life gives you lemons. Of course, we kind of saw it in the trailer. We'll see how this plays out. I'm a little worried about how much damage or how this is going to... Like, imagine there's an end zone here and there's nothing but Caustics and they can only survive the gas, and then us poor Wattsons or Horizons were just let out to, unfortunately, just fall over. So again, this is a big takeover around the south side of the map. If you notice, I believe it looks like Mirage Voyage is gone. Now, maybe that was just a trailer, but I'm guessing that has been removed, and maybe there'll be patch notes here that we could talk about that in just a moment. But that's all here. I'm going to have this also in the description down below so you guys can read it. I'm going to try to go through this as fluidly and fast as humanly possible with quick tips. But again, if we see the zone in here, this is going to be cause for concern if you're not a Caustic from the trailer. That's the only thing I'm worried about, but there are some changes to Caustic that I saw in the patch notes, and we'll go over in just a minute. So Ring Fury Escalation Takeover, Heatshields, and Survival Loot. So Ring Fury is a new playlist that follows regular BR rules, but each round one of the more rings flares with going to appear on the map within the current ring. Ring flares are slowly expanding pockets of the ring within an arena. So this is going to be interesting because this is definitely going to put a lot of pressure for those that get caught out, maybe push them into... Maybe remove some of the campiness that does occur. Listen, I am a Wattson main. I like to play super aggro and I fight for positioning. But there is some situations where people take that too far and maybe they just sit and camp and will refuse to move whatsoever. You'll be given a shot warning of the map, of course, right before it appears. Legends will call it out. So that's going to be really interesting. So how do you deal with ring flares? Well, two ways. Obviously, you try not to get caught by them. And of course, once you see it, it's almost like a Gibby ult from the looks of it, how it's going to come into play. But this is going to force people within the ring, and it's going to make things hopefully pretty spicy. Now, Heatshields during the Ring Fury, obviously this is a way to counteract it. So if you get knocked down or you're forced to play in the ring, then you can obviously drop something out. It looks like a Gibby bubble. Honestly, it really looks like a Gibby bubble. You throw it down to avoid damage from ring flares and from the ring itself. Remember, you can always find more, so that's going to be interesting. I wonder if they're going to put that as well in the crafting station. I guess we'll have to see how that takes place. Oh, and actually, you know what? It has its own little backspace. So again, I'm looking through the patch notes with you kind of on the fly as well, just because I'm so excited to be reading these. This is a lot of information. So plus when you're in a dome, you can use healing items, sped up by 50%. So yeah, it's like a Gibby bubble. This bonus only gives you a heat shield that's been activated by the ring. Heat shields on standby and safe zone are conserving energy and don't grant this bonus. But watch out, will slowly degrade in power as it's damaged by the ring. That makes sense. The damage of the ring is reflected, but after Takeover concludes, the heat shield will remain in the game as a general crown loot. That's actually pretty sick. I mean, that could be good for competitive and tournaments. I wonder how it's going to shape up with people maybe edging too long. But we'll see. I'm up for it. We'll see what it does. Maybe it might remove some of the RNG. Maybe somebody can outplay and kind of think out a situation by holding this. I mean, it doesn't look like it takes up any bag spots, so there's not really a downside to it. So I guess they, you know, even they use the words more survivability tactics. So let's say you're forced out of position, you're really in a zone, and you drop it and you buy yourself more time. I guess it could be interesting because there are some unwinnable situations in competitive, especially when I've been shoutcasting it, that do occur. Now, introducing escalation takeovers. Like previous playlists, Ring of Fury replaced duos. Okay, that makes sense. Unlike previous takeovers, Ring of Fury is an escalation takeover, which means every few days during the event, we're going to turn some knobs, crank up the prevalence, timing. Okay, all right, well, that'll be fun. I'm interested. I'll, you know, if people are interested, you know, let me know. I'll leave a guide on it if it warrants it. If it warrants it, though, this is going to be interesting. You know, no-fill matchmaking as a new way to play the game as a solo legend. So people have been asking for solos for a long time, and now you can just go in solo. Now, I guess the pros of this would obviously be, I mean, they listed it here. Focus on completing your daily challenges, warm up, hot drop, get into fights when you want to be that solo guy running around. But good for content creators, good for streamers. Explore the map, experiment with characters you haven't tried before, take an opportunity to learn a bit more about the map or game at your own pace without having the teammates around you. The downside is that what if there's a lobby full of like people who are no-fills? Does that mean like the server just feels empty? Let's see, let me just double check. This means match attempt to fill your squad to do is whatever you need. Okay, this is how the game worked at this point. Maybe they have a matchmaking thing where that doesn't happen, but that's my only concern. We have some other tape because we don't want it to greatly disrupt the experience. Okay, I'm glad they brought that up. We only 6 potential no-fills. Oh, okay, thank God. That's good, that's good. I like that they're thinking ahead because my concern is like what happens if the whole server is just filled with like no-fills, and that's going to be incredibly boring. I wonder if this is going to change the pace at all. I mean, I guess it really, okay, let's think of it this way. It may not necessarily change the pace at all whenever the whole game as a whole already has people doing stuff and teams just get wiped right off the rip. So maybe those individual people who are dying off the rip, well, now they're solos, and so it's less of an impact. So we'll see. This is interesting, though. Makes it interesting for me, too, for whenever I'm practicing and I want to drop hot with certain things. I think that's a plus, and a lot of creators have been asking for that. So it's going to be fun. And that's my alarm. Okay, the Chaos Theory Collection event. So this has come out. This is with a lot of sick new skins. That Revenant one looks amazing. That Gibby one, kind of questionable. Bangalore, the Loba, okay. Oh, Pathfinder. Oh my God, that looks really good. And of course, the Mastiff Legends. Let's go. But yeah, that looks like they got a lot of good skins here. Okay, I dig it. I saw a WATTSON one, and I don't know if it's here. And this is Bangalore's heirloom. So let's go. I saw this in the trailer, and actually, it looks better than I thought it was going to look, to be honest. So this is pretty good. Makes me almost want to get it. I remember playing Bangalore at the very start. Let's see if she gets any changes when we go over the patch notes. I'm going to timestamp this video for you guys, just things to cover. But yeah, they have a new collection event. The Pathfinder skin looks really, really amazing. And of course, it looks like they have some Horizon skins and things and kind of the mix of it. But I'm trying to go pretty high level. Again, everything will be in the description down below as well for you guys, just so you have access to it. And so it is there and present. So again, you know, they kind of broke down the details of how, you know, the first crafting costs for skins are returning with regular prices now that collection event has ended. So obviously it's going to cost a little bit more than, I guess, technically before. Second, each event will come with 1 event and 2 non-event items at the following drop rates. So these are the drop rates that they have. This is a lot to cover, so I'm definitely going to be putting timestamps in here. But it's not too complicated. It's just like how they've done every other event, just kind of reverting back to the prior cost. Legend updates. This, oh my God. Okay, there's some stuff in here that I'm already excited about. So Caustic's gas grenade cooldown is increased. So what this means is that you got to be a little bit smarter with how you drop it, because it goes from 2.5 minutes to 3.5, which is a massive change for Caustic. Now his damage also a flat rate of 5 instead of ramping up to 6 to 12. This is a much needed change. And this is a great note. Devs Caustic. Okay, I'm sorry. Listen, I know if you're Caustic main, it's in competitive in certain situations, he's just really, really effective. And so this is huge. Caustic is really effective at slowing down engagements. Yes, entirely of his kit revolves around gas. I think this is a healthy change. I really do, because WATTSON has been is supposed to be just as effective. I'm a WATTSON main, so I apologize, but I feel like she's supposed to be just as effective. If anything, Caustic has been pushing her out of meta more so. But this is reducing gas damage in a way that's, I think, I agree. I think this is a fair compromise. I think this is smart. I do not want to see people just not use Caustic, but I think this is healthy because he does slow down everything so effectively. This is massive. I mentioned this in my tier list. Removing low profile on Pathfinder. This is going to push him to meta. I've got a smile on my face. This is so huge. And so, I don't know. I'm excited for that. Gibraltar, remove 15% heal item usage while his Dome of Protection. Okay, that's fair. We have done guides where he's definitely been very, very effective, his utility. And you know what's good about this is that we do have the other dome for the ring. Now, the question is, are people able to shoot through this? I didn't see if that was there. I'll need to test that in the range. And I don't know if they have it here in the notes. Does this work exactly like a Gibby bubble? Something we're going to have to look into, and I apologize. Maybe I'm misreading it, but I want to keep the video flowing. Somebody in the comment section, comment down below and let me know. Okay. Increased black hole cooldown from 2 minutes to 3 minutes. That's fair. It's kind of countering the same issue with like Caustic, where her utility is a massive slow. I think that's fair. I can see that, and she's definitely been very, very strong, so I can respect that. Revenant Silent now disables Mirage's Cloak Revive and Respawn, as well as Octane Swiftman. Okay, that's a nice change. Doesn't change the Revenant pushes, but okay, respectable. WATTSON now has a passive shield regen at 0.5 HP, half of a... Oh my god. Our girl has been buffed. This is mad. Oh, I'm so excited. I am a WATTSON main, and this makes me beyond excited for her. Okay, that's huge. That is huge. She's gonna be like the defensive Octane. Oh my god, I'm so excited for that. Hopefully this doesn't make her overpowered. I don't think it will. But oh man, okay. Let's go. This is huge. Okay. Sorry for geeking out too much, but I'm just excited for that. And I see a massive nerf, which is I'm excited about as well. Okay, let's see. Rampart. Explosive damage. Imp cover normally instead of inflicting 200 damage. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely needed because she's getting pushed out. Explosive damage, shield instead of inflicting 170. Got it. Walls should be beefy. I agree. I didn't understand why it was that strong, but this seems to be a good change of pace. It might even push her to be somewhat relevant because, like, what would happen is that one grenade would go out, even from an example fuse, and it was just like she was gone. That was it. Okay. Weapon optics. All gold AR LMG default are updated to 2x bruiser. I agree with that. That's good. Maybe some may disagree. I actually kind of like the 2x4 sometimes. Mastiff pellet decreased from 13 to 12. Yeah, I dig that. Fire rate increased from 1 to 1.1. We'll see how much impact that is, but I think that's a step in the right direction. Wingman, 1 bullet to every magazine size. I agree with that. Wingman's back in meta. Increased hipfire spread. Hemlock was always over. You know, it's been feeling more balanced since they made the change, so I'm not sure if this was necessarily necessary, but we'll take it. Hemlock has been really strong, so you know, I agree with that. So tips with the Mastiff, just be wary. Obviously, I think this pushes it more to close range fights to get that spike damage. This definitely boosts up the Wingman. Hemlock, just be a little mindful whenever you're hip firing. So quality of life changes, King's King loot. We've done a passive loot to bring up the quality. Certain loot after Mirage. Okay, so Mirage Voyage is gone. The wooden shacks across the map should have a few pieces each and generally a bit of higher loot quality. Okay, Spotted Lake has been reduced to medium quality from high. I don't know. Maybe, I guess it'll help people deter from just landing there consistently. Crash Site has just redistributed loot in this area. The amount stays the same, but the higher quality loot should be in the ship. Okay, all right. Caustic treatment has more loot than water treatment, and it remains high quality. I mean, I'm still a little concerned about the Caustic gas, but I'll take it. Lock weapon optic swapping for guns and fully locked attachments. Okay. We'll keep rolling. Systems have been added to your squad mate's banner. Will show at the end of match. That's kind of nice. I actually like that. That's actually kind of nice to show that they contributed it. Club names now appear on match summary. Items will no longer stick to crafting replicator. Yep, badge progress. Good. Ping my death box. So responding on the dropship, you can now ping your own death box. That's helpful. Gold bag. Being revived by gold bag will have a crackle of energy. That's good to know. I've pushed many people. I didn't know they had gold bag. So that's a good quality of life change. That makes sense. Players on PC now go back to the title screen from the lobby, switching from data standards while starting the game. Okay. Adding number of advanced look controls. This should help people experiment. Easily revert back to the favorite settings. Got it. This is all good. After scanning beacon station, you should now be able to see the location where ring 6 finishes. Nice. Spec weapon. Okay. Has been moved to emote. It can be bound to... Okay, that's, I mean, I like to use that, so that's fine. Gibraltar, correct an issue with the Gibraltar not getting hit register while simultaneously releasing. Got it. Wraith can no longer cancel into the void while jumping at a wall. Okay, fix a bug that caused flicker when some players affected by it. Yep. Repeatedly using the same jump pad no longer disables double jumps. Players are no longer allowed to glide along the wall after using a jump pad. Okay, Crypto's animation to bring out his drone no longer skippable by throwing a hollow spray. Crypto can no longer teleport to Replicator, reloading a Mastiff. So these are all quality of life changes. You know, definitely good bug fixes. I'm trying to see if there's anything massive here. Fix the gravity lift falling through the floor. Using a zip line will no longer increase accuracy. I didn't know that one actually. That's good. The mother load, I had tested that. Now that's actually working as intended. That makes sense. No longer push out after using a mother load. I didn't know that was a thing actually either. Players can no longer double their grenades after looting a dead fuse's death box. Okay, alright. Dropping a Mastiff, picking a Mastiff will no longer cause it to reload it. Okay. And this is good. This is a lot of exciting stuff. This is huge, 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 huge for Wattson. I'm going to timestamp this. Again, I try to cover everything as fast as possible. There is a lot here. This is a big patch. This is a big patch. So I'm really excited for this one. I'm going to post this here in a moment on YouTube. I'll cut it up. We'll talk through it. Link it down in the description down below. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time.